impress. In some cases, to be like. There should come a point in your life somewhere where you recognize you don't want to be like nobody but Jesus and then yourself. Because you can't be like yourself and be with Jesus. Once you encounter Jesus, a change will take place. That change will be whether you will stay the way you are and get worse, or you will change the way you are and improve your life. And that's what the Bible is all about when it says we have all that we need that pertains to life and godliness. Everything that happens to us in this life, God has already dealt with it. Ecclesiastes tells us that when he says there's nothing new under the sun. Things that have been will be again. Yes, ma'am.
And after that fight in high school, I had disappointed my mother so much, and I started to examine myself, and it never happened again. You know, I started looking, I didn't allow anybody to take me to that level.
Okay, yeah. But the situation didn't change.
Right.
You changed.
I changed.
Because you was trying to please who? Your mama.
My mama.
Yeah, and understand, it doesn't matter what area it's in, whoever you're trying to please, that's how you're going to act. Amen. So when you know yourself, know enough about yourself and who you really are, you are at a point where you are able to make certain decisions, and oh, by the way, that's when you will recognize life ain't going to always be pleasant. Not because necessarily always what other folk do to you, but what you have to start doing to yourself. You have to start making some decisions that can be life-altering decisions at some point in your life. And why would you make a decision about anything in life until you have checked out what God says first? Now I know talking like that may to some folks sound crazy, but you know it's not. That's what God expects. The problem is most folk do not have that early Bible teaching in their young ages. And oh, by the way, just because your child went to Sunday school, now you as a parent, I don't know, I guess you can ask some of our teachers here. No, I'm going to ask. Matter of fact, y'all ask this question for me next week in teachers class. But actually, I think I want to deal with the parents. And it goes like this. How many of you, when your children was in school, you went to their school to see what they were doing and what they were learning? Now, there's a difference between when you go to the PTA and when your child's teacher has called you into the classroom. What I'm asking is your own concern about your child. Did it ever drive you to just go and sit in the class? Because the teachers will let you do it. They don't have that. In fact, they appreciate it. To go sit in the class and see what your child is being taught. How are they acting now? Y'all know they're going to act right if they know you up in class.
Oh, yeah.
You know what's a dead giveaway? You in there for your child, and all them other students is watching your child. Because they're trying to see, he don't normally act like that. He normally be throwing spitballs and passing notes and stuff. He's not, see, so all this points back to what God is trying to remind us, that people are looking at you. The world looks at you, and you can't do something that you tell the world not to do. And so, if you went to your child's school, elementary, high school, I don't think they allow you to do that in college. How come you can't get parents to go check on their kids here in church, in Sunday school? I told them a long time ago, if the child is acting crazy, don't you put a hand on them. You just take them out to their parents. Right? Because if you put hands on them, now we got a big problem. You don't discipline my child, or somebody's going to. Well, somebody need to, and somebody will. They just need to get in the right environment. And sometimes it leads to pretty deadly consequences, or being locked up for the rest of their life. So when we are examining ourselves, are we really looking at the whole person? What did you do in this situation when you was in the world? What are you doing with this situation now that you're in Christ? Remember, our lives are supposed to change. Our thinking is supposed to change. Your circumstances is not going to change. The stuff that goes on is going to go on whether you're there or not. It's how you deal with stuff that goes on in your life. Which is why I think this would help us if we would just be honest with ourselves and deal with it. We leave in high school, so you didn't get kicked out, right? So on that one fight you had, did you get called to the principal's office? Did you? And the principal called you?
I was there before because it got around the school that this individual, this girl and I were going to fight after school. We both got called in before the end of school. And the principal said, if you fight, I'm going to suspend both of you. Well, I went on, about my day was going home, but I stopped by my locker, put on my fighting clothes.
You got to dress for the part, right?
I was prepared. Okay.
All right.
Went on to the bus stop by myself and waited on the bus. Well, she caught the bus and went on before me, but her and her posse got off the bus and walked back to where I was. And it was on me. I let her hit the first.
Yes.
Okay. For me?
Can't hear you.
Okay. What I learned about myself in high school, I was, I guess you can say, snooty, confident, proud, and to some I was a bully. But I changed.
High school bullies. And probably the smallest thing in the classroom, like one of the little baby pit bulls. Yes.
I learned in high school it was all about straight A's. It was all about grades for me and preparing for college.
Okay. You went to college?
Sure enough.
Oh, did you stay?
4 years, thank you very much.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Well,
Go best. You got a mic. Her first.
I think with me, it was more, well, even in junior high school, I was not one to be easily influenced, in negative ways, from other students or whatever. Now, I didn't say I didn't mess up, because if I did, it was me, because I wanted to. But I was not, and I'm the same way now. I'm not easily influenced to do, bad stuff.
So that part of your high school development still stays with you as an adult? Yes, sir. Does she have, is there a mic over there for you guys? Is there a mic for you guys? This is why you got one in the corner. You know, Michelle, she hold on to the mic till the class is over, then she want to ask a question.
He's getting that.
Thinking back, even when I was a very young kid, like 4 or 5, my father used to always say to me, "You are very wise." I was very wise. And as I got older, I was always a friendly person. I love people. I grew up in New York, so I was surrounded by people. I loved people. I got into fights in school because of, how girls get jealous.
I heard about
stuff
it,
like that. But one thing about me, you couldn't make me do wrong. I had kid friends when I was little. They said, "Let's go and take something from the store," So you do it. You want to do it, you do it. Because that was my personality. You couldn't make me do anything wrong. That's one thing I knew about me.
Okay. All right.
I got it.
Yes, sir.
When I was going through,
Oh, 1 second. But Lawson, did that help? Okay, good. Thank you. Good.
when I was in high school, I always liked, one of the classes was mechanics, and I always did like mechanics. And I learned a little bit about it, and I enjoy that. Yeah. And to this day, I like mechanics, working on cars and doing things I can. But now you got to have computers. I don't have
Right,
computers, and that's about it.
Okay. All right. Trying to find yourself. Are you really the person you think you are? Let's see. Yes.
What about you?
I'm sorry?
What about you?
Oh, y'all hear enough about me already. You don't need to hear about me. Remember I already told y'all. Remember I was going after the A's so I can get that 10-cent Baby Ruth and the silver dollar.
And that carry
They said I put candy and money ahead of my brothers.
yeah.
I did.
Over?
Hey, my mind was made up that I was going to achieve that because I felt it was achievable.
Carried over because I was up for $1.
But like Sister Harley said, they tried to make me feel bad, but I didn't. I knew what I had coming. Now, I do remember that after it was over, reflecting back, it made me feel a little bit bad, but remember, they were okay. They were found, and they were okay, my two baby brothers. So, in high school and all that, I was the same person I am now.
Oh.
They did it on purpose. I'm the same person They don't know me at all back there. Okay, when did you learn about yourself after becoming, what did you learn about yourself after becoming an adult? Leaving home, getting married, those kinds of things. What did you learn about yourself after you became an adult? Yes, ma'am.
While living at home, once I left home and was on my own, things looked so much easier living with your parents. I had to learn to count every penny, and I didn't have to do that at home. So reality set in. I realized how blessed, truly blessed I was.
At home?
Living at home, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I have learned about myself that I was very, very independent. I didn't rely on anyone for anything, and that I was, and still is, how do I want to say it?
Carefully.
Achieve goal.
Achieve goals.
Yeah, if I set a goal to do something, I'm going to do my best until I get it. I will make it happen. And I did learn, at that time is when I really learned that I was a bully. Because I didn't realize it. Yeah, that's what it was. It was the cheerleaders. I didn't like cheerleaders. Every time they came down the hallway with that, give me a D, I wanted to just smack one. So I tripped them.
She was in the world then. Yeah, she wasn't.
Yeah, I was in the world then, just so y'all know that. But as an adult, I learned that I couldn't rely on other people for anything. So I had to be very independent and learn things on my own. And to be a strong person, I wasn't, I became very caring of others and friendly. I still have one issue though.
What happened with all that?
With all what?
The caring.
I am still.
Huh?
I am caring to others. Why are you looking at them?
Well, I'm trying to see, these are others.
Don't y'all think so?
Yes.
Oh, y'all didn't even shake your head. Y'all just looking at me like, thank you, Sister Rogers. She expect. Thank you, honey. I'm gonna wait till I see y'all after class. Right. So seriously, though, I still, and I'm still learning that about myself, is that I really don't have trust in people. So I'm still struggling with that. So, but Yep, that's what I learned about myself.
Okay. Sister Neil, and
Well,
don't be
I
shy.
grew up in a strict home. I mean, Velma, she was very, very strict. And so once I became an adult, I realized that I was not ready for adulthood. So it was a lot of, for me, like on-the-job training, if you will. So, because it was like we would never grow up. So that's how we were raised with my mom and with my dad. And so I wasn't prepared.
This is after you graduated high school?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Mary.
Well, along with Sister Neil, my father was very strict to the point where we couldn't even go outside. So I grew up sheltered, which caused me to have distrust in people because I wasn't around people. So I had a lack of trust in people, and still to this day, I'm still dealing with that issue. But once I get to know you and I build that trust in you, I'm your friend for life. I mean, I hold on to my friends, my true friends. If I develop a friendship with you, I'm a friend to the end. But I know that I have serious trust issues from being a child growing up. But
Were you
I also,
Were you homeschooled?
no.
Oh, so you can get out the house, go to school. But
And
not
then
much.
because we took the bus to school, and I also was, I don't know what the word would be, but like if my brothers and sisters got in a fight, I was the one that did the fighting. I
Oh,
wouldn't,
you were the oldest, huh?
no,
Oh,
I'm
no. The baddest.
I was the quietest. So I was the one that sat back and watched.
They do say you have to watch those kind of things.
Yes, so, but when I got upset, when I got angry, it was like I was a whole different person. So when I felt like someone was attacking my brother, especially my sister, and my sister is the oldest, but I was the one that did her fighting, not this one. No. But my sister that I grew up in the house with, I did her fighting because I was protective of her and my brothers and sisters.
Okay.
So, still
Give it to
dealing
your
with some
sister.
time. She's very protective of me.
Yeah, I noticed that.
We didn't grow up together.
Give her the
but-
mic. She wants the mic. She's getting ready to set the story straight. Come on.
We grew up in different households.
Okay.
My mother was very strict. You did not, if Sue caught you doing something, that was it. So, yeah, we were sheltered, but once I moved out on my own, I did what I wanted to do, but I regretted that I moved out because it was hard. But as we got older and I moved away, got married, my sister came, my other sister came. You know, they followed me to LA, but I did become very protective of my sister. Would
But
fight
what
you in
did
a
you
heartbeat.
learn about yourself after leaving home, becoming an adult? What did you learn about yourself?
It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, and I always thought about what's going to happen. Is there a God? Is there not a God? I always just would wonder about that. And I think God knew that that was my struggle. And one day, some friends of mine, they came to me and started talking to me about God. And, you know, eventually I did become a Christian. But, yeah.
If you became a Christian in California, you know that ain't
Yes.
valid, right?
What? The Church of Christ is everywhere.
Yeah, but in L.A.
That was before they became corrupt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyone else? All right. What are some of the things others told you about yourself that you think that you didn't know or even accept? What was other people saying about you that you didn't know, or you just didn't accept what they were saying?
that I'm not approachable.
You didn't know you was not approachable?
I am approachable, but not with foolishness. So, yeah, so co-workers would always, I'm very task-oriented, and if